Good day to each and everyone. My name is Desiree Espinosa from BSF English 1B. So today I will discuss and give the definitions in the lessons in Module 3 in the subject Language, Culture, and Society. So now let's us define linguistic universal. What is linguistic universal? Linguistic universal is a pattern that occurs systematically across natural languages, potentially true for all of them. For example, all language have nouns and verbs, or if a language is spoken, it is a consonants and vowels. Next is the universal grammar. Universal grammar in modern linguistics is the theory of the innate biological component of the language faculty, usually credited to Noam Chomsky. The basic postulate of universal grammar is that there are innate constraints on what the grammar of a possible human language could be. The universal grammar is the idea that human languages, as superficially diverse as they are, share some fundamental similarities and that these are attributable to innate principles unique to language. Now let's define standard English. In an English-speaking country, standard English is the variety of English that has undergone substantial regularization and is associated with formal schooling, language assessment, and official print publications, such as public service announcement and newspaper of records, and etc. The English that with respect to spelling, grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary is substantially uniform, though not devoid of regional differences, that is well established by usage in the formal and informal speech and writing on the educated, and that is widely recognized as acceptable wherever English is spoken. So now I will explain to you the Catchur's concentric circles. Catchur's three concentric circles model. The revolutionary spread of English over the globe, which took place over the last decades, has created changes in the sociolinguistic profile of the language and provided new varieties of English. Nowadays, English is not only a tool of communication among native speakers, but also a language institutionalized in many former British and American colonies and a lingua franca used all around the world. This fact has resulted in a great concern of the classification of world Englishes, in addition to the need to familiarize English language teaching to its new status. One of the ways to understand and study this phenomenon is according to Catchur's three concentric circles model. Catchur's model was first introduced with the term World Englishes in 1985, opening the door for new ways of understanding the spread of the English language throughout the world. Catchur's described the distribution of English in relation to three concentric circles: the inner circle, the outer circle, and the expanding circle. These circles signify the type of spread, the pattern of acquisition, and the functional domains in which English language is used across cultures and languages. The inner circle presents the countries where English is the primary language and is used in daily life and government institutions such as the United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. The inner circle is comprised of those countries who are considered the traditional bases of English, such as the UK, USA, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and Anglophone Canada. The outer circle includes countries that have British colonial ties, and English is widely used in social life or in the government sector. Most of the countries that belong to this circle are former colonies of the British Empire, such as India, Malaysia, Singapore, Ghana, Kenya, and others. The use of English in these countries is English as a second language. The outer circle is comprised of countries where English is spoken natively, but it is still maintained as an important language for communication. Example, as an official second language or as a nation's official language for business and commerce. It is largely due to historical reasons. Finally, the expanding circles includes countries that introduce English as a foreign language in education, mainly for the purpose of communicating in English with the inner and the outer circles. Such countries include Turkey, Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, Japan, China, and others. The expanding circles includes much of the rest of the world's populations, countries that do not hold historical or governmental importance towards English but class it as a foreign language or lingua franca. Now, I will define accent and receive pronunciation. To put it simply, pronunciation is the way we pronounce each syllable of a word, which can be accurate or not. Example, pronouncing dawn for down is wrong. Accent is the language rhythm and melody which distinguishes regional variation of the same language. Received pronunciation is the proper term to describe the regionally neutral accent used by many middle-class speakers in the UK, particularly in England. It is widely used as a reference point in dictionaries and as the model for teaching English as a foreign language. Now, I will discuss the 4 varieties of English. We have the first variety is the American English. American English, sometimes called United States English or US English, is a set of varieties of the English language native to the United States. English is the most widely spoken language in the United States and in most circumstances is the common language used in government, education, and commerce. American English is the dialect of the English language used mostly in the United States of America. It is estimated that approximately 2/3 of native speakers of English live in the United States. American English is also sometimes called United States English or US English. The next variety is the British English. British English is a term used to distinguish the form of the English language used in the British Isles from forms used elsewhere. It includes all the varieties of English used within the Isles, including those found in England, Scotland, Wales, and the island of Ireland. The third variety in English is the Australian English. Australian English is a set of varieties of the English language native to Australia. Australian English is a non-rhotic dialect. The Australian accent is most similar to that of New Zealand and is also similar to accents from the southeast of Britain, particularly those of Cockney and received pronunciation. As with most dialect of English, it is distinguished primarily by its vowel phonology. The last variety of English is the African American English. African American English, also known as Black American English or Black English in American linguistics, is a set of English sociolects spoken by most Black people in the United States and many in Canada. It is also most commonly it refers to a dialect continuum ranging from American African vernacular English to a more standard American English. I will also describe the Philippine English. Philippine English is similar and related to American English. It is any variety of English native to the Philippines, including those used by the media and the vast majority of educated Filipinos and English learners in the Philippines from adjacent Asian countries. And that's all. Thank you for watching.